grateful that at least we've received most of the city media houses here. Most of you have been seeing me in another capacity. However, we also have other responsibilities outside there that we are also performing. And basically here is the day for the Eastern Corporate Club, where I'm serving as a club president. The board chairperson has raised and mentioned a lot of issues, but however, as a club, we are running perfectly. We are running a lot of activities, and the most coming up event being the gala, the corporate gala. That's the main gala. I will not take you into details, but the club chairperson has mentioned a lot of issues, more especially giving you the history of the club. We are one of the biggest clubs in the region, and I should say we have performed tremendously with a lot of activities or projects within the club. We've mentioned Zimbabwe ECC, the club circle, and a lot of other activities that we are performing. But however, what brings us here most especially is the activity that is going to take place on Sunday, where we expect a lot of clubs to come and participate in the gala. We have a lot of activities. All those details shall be provided by the technical, who shall give you the detail of what is going to happen on Sunday. Basically, we want to see that the networking, basically here, the football is a game, but the aspect here is basically the networking. We expect us to network. The media houses, you being part of this club, here is basically the networking, the benefits that have accrued to members within the club. The chairperson has mentioned a lot of them. I wouldn't want to repeat, but we have a lot of benefits, supporting each other, building each other. In times of trouble, in times of happiness as a club, we really support each other, want to see people grow, change their lives from where they were to something different. And we believe through those activities that we are going to carry out, most especially on Sunday, we are going to see a lot of institutions. Name it. I'll not mention all of them, but we have so many clubs that are going to participate in this gala, and we expect more to participate and pay membership fees so that we can ably run all the services here. We believe that with the linkage with the media houses, there is nothing that is going to be impossible. We are going to reach the limits, the heights of this function, and we believe we are going to go out there and try as much as possible to connect with other institutions, to connect with other worlds, to ensure that people's lives change, to ensure that as we meet, I can be of benefit, I can add value to somebody else through this Eastern Corporate Club. Otherwise, I will not mention a lot. I have somebody who can really try to summarize everything that is due to the club, and that is the Secretary General. So I want to thank you very much for the time that you've given to us, and I also want to request and kindly invite all people to come and participate in this first gala. And I thank you very much.
Our brother here, who is in charge of the technical issue, because our D-Day is Sunday. But if I should also say something about ECC, I want to say that ECC, after existing for over 14 years, it was very important that we give it a facelift. I know the media houses here have been part and parcel of this club and the journey it has moved. But formally, you want to remember that ECC scored highly in issues of health, that is sports. We don't play games just to have fun, but we want to also make sure that the corporate side good health. I also want to remind you that ECC has also scored highly socially by supporting members to walk to holy matrimony. You've seen many functions take place, and you've seen ECC members take charge of these functions. But also in times of sorrow, the club members have stood with one another. But as a new team of executive, and as me as a new head of business, we thought it wise to identify some of the key challenges that corporates face. Life after job, because We are never sure for how long you're going to stay at your place of work. And then the health aspect. We've seen members fall sick that not even the insurance company or the companies they work for can cover all their health insurance. There are corporate companies, big corporate companies, multinational companies that can handle insurance or health cover, but some companies cannot. And then every corporate's dream is to at least have an investment, have a business. So we said, let's move a step higher by making sure that we use the power of numbers that we have used and scored before to make sure that we tilt the life of corporates. And that's what gave birth to the other three major projects of ECC. One of them, like the chair highlighted, was Zimbabwe ECC. And Zimbabwe ECC, like chair said, is all about, or it was born out of a notion that why should it feel normal for you to contribute towards my wedding, but it should not feel normal, it doesn't feel normal for you to contribute towards my business. It should feel the same way, that when I have a business I'm going to start, it should feel normal for me to come and invite you to a fundraising drive. In other countries, they call it crowdfunding, where people come together and support others towards a business cause. That also, every corporate's dream is to have a home. And you've seen wherever we travel, or you come to my village, people asking, where is his house? Where is his house? So we said, instead of discussing each other as corporates, let's support one another to achieve those things that we expect each of us to achieve. And that's what gave birth to Zimbabwe ECC. We've supported over 12 members under Zimbabwe ECC. That we have members that have been able to build their homes. We have members that have been able to start a business or businesses. I want to also say that the Dream Achievers Investment Club was all about making sure that corporates have either homes or corporates have a business. So we started the journey by saving only 200,000 shillings, 240,000 shillings every month for 12 months. And after 12 months, we put that money together. 13 kilometers from the clock tower, from Bale City, we bought land. And then we made sure that everybody has at least 13 decimals of that land. Out of 45 people that embraced this, we are going to be able to establish the first of its kind gated community in this region. And we said we need to be champions in illustrating how cities grow. So this project is established in the Mbale district. You know Mbale district is in Busoga. So from the headquarters, it is just 3 kilometers. So you can imagine that you are able to buy a piece of land or a plot in a gated community at averagely about 2.4 should be. But most important, the members that contributed towards this investment club are shareholders. Because we bought land, every member bought land, but we also sold the land and made a profit out of the investment. Now that profit is what we used to open the second phase of the gated community. Now what does that mean? That the pioneer members of the investment club are already shareholders. So now the club is able to invest based on savings that we get. And then the other aspect that we looked at also was the circles. You know, today the talk is about savings. Our saving culture is not the best. And you know very well that corporates are known for being surplus spenders. So we said, why don't we teach each other to be responsible enough by saving? So last year's dinner, we dedicated it to establishing or launching ECC, Eastern Corporate Club Circle. And this circle members are able to buy shares, but also they're able to save money. So there are two aspects there. There are members who are buying shares at 1 million shillings, 100,000 shillings per share, and a minimum are 10 shares. So you buy shares, your money that you've invested and bought shares is money you're going to use to eventually establish yourself as an investor. Because at the end of the day, you earn a dividend from the money you have invested. But the most powerful aspect there is the aspect of being able to save. that members will be able to save money, and out of those savings, they'll be able to also invest. And this is everybody's dream, that even when you lose your job, you've not lost everything. You are able to at least have somewhere to start. So mine is to call upon the community in Mbale City to embrace institutions that are there to champion change. So that we pick a leaf from our forefathers. Imagine the men that started Mbale Sports Club. Imagine the men that started Bugisu Cooperative Union. They left large investments. And you may find that these people were not very educated like the corporates of today. Among these corporates, you find professors, you find people with doctorates, you find people with masters in investments. But if you look around, you will not find anything tangible they've left behind that they can be remembered for. We are instead struggling for what our forefathers started. So under the Eastern Corporate Club, we look forward to be champions of change, not only in the city, but in the region. But most important also, be exemplary, so that other corporate clubs can learn from us. We should be role models. After existing for 14 years, we should be role models. And then I wanted to also highlight to you that in the gated community, Eastern Corporate Club, as a club, also owns land in this gated community. Because before you buy land, you must have paid membership to the Eastern Corporate Club. So we converted the membership these members paid into the club also owning land. And we look forward to establish a sports arena in this gated community. Possibly later on we shall share some of the architectural designs of these of the estate and some testimonials, some of these projects that we've been able to carry out. So most important for now is the big day, that is Sunday, when we are relaunching the ECC Gala. Unlike previously, when we used to have outings every month, we said let's reduce on the outings and then put our energy in other aspects. So among the other aspects, like you'll see our calendar, we have motivational talks. And like we shall share with you, out of those motivational talks, we're able to back these projects we are talking about. The members will have outings. You are aware we've had outings to Nairobi, to Mombasa, visiting sister projects. Next month, we are traveling to Action Falls National Park and Arua, and we are going to pick a leaf from the projects that we've seen in Arua, for example. We have the Arua Stadium. That is a pool of people that came together and they've been able to establish the Arua Stadium. There's also what they call the soft stone gated community, where they have used the earth banks to build an estate. So we are going to benchmark. So the ECC that we have today is a different ECC. It's an ECC of the century, an ECC that addresses the primary challenges that the corporates face. So I want to invite, especially the media fraternity. You made the ECC, but I also want to see that the media fraternity also benefits from the Eastern Corporate Club, especially these new projects that we are establishing. It will be great neighboring media fraternity and media personnel in the gated community, that when we have any challenge, the media will be there to put it across. So I want to invite you to our school of thought and the community in the Elgon region, the Eastern region, to come to our school of thought, embrace the Eastern Corporate Club, so that we can grow the city, we can grow the region together, and invite everybody for the first outing. We shall have a desk that will be talking about all these projects, and those that would like to enroll for these projects, our institutions will be there, the technical people will be there to make sure that you can register and become members. Those who are
in charge of technical for the Eastern Corporate Club. I will not dwell too much. My earlier colleagues have already talked much about the club. I will go straight to the Sunday's event, and that is the sports gala we are having on Sunday, the 18th. Briefly, we are having a number of games that we intend to participate in. We shall be having the indoor games and also the outdoor games. Amongst the indoor games, we have the Ludo, chess, Scrabble, darts, for those who can go the other side. And then for For the outdoor games, we shall be having water fielding, goal post shooting, bucket fielding, tug of war, football, amongst others. We expect to have a fun-filled day. We encourage and request that all the institutions that will be present on that day should encourage their members or the staff that are working with them, so that we can utilize this moment to network amongst ourselves. We're using sports as a networking factor amongst other activities or amongst other items that we use to bring our corporates together. So we identified sports as one of the unifying factor amongst the corporates, and it has really worked for us. Looking at where we have come from 15 years back, we've made friends amongst ourselves. We have improved on our health, and it has really done a good deal amongst ourselves. We encourage our representatives, and those are the captains of the respective institutions, to encourage other staff that are behind there to be part of the function, so that we don't have these young boys who are termed as the mercenaries to take charge of the function on Sunday. So captains who are here or captains that will be coming, we shall task the technical committee to really be strict on the participants of the day. We are encouraging the players to be above 28 years of age. And in function, in activities like the outdoor games, we are very strict, and we shall not accept any player who has been in an active football league, football per se, as a league which actually picks on a number of these young boys. We shall not accept the young ones who are actively in these ongoing leagues, or those who have actively participated in the league 2 years back. We shall also not accept them. We're encouraging managers, come and play against me 40 years back, and then you'll enjoy the game. Come dodge me, and then we shall make friendship after the game. That's the kind of networking that we're encouraging. And we also encourage that on that day, as the institutional heads, you bring along with you all the branding materials, so that we can colorfully have our function make a difference on the day. We encourage that in case you have a lot of branding materials, we shall identify a pitch, and we shall name or target what your institution is. For instance, if it is the media, and you have a lot of your advertising or banners per se, we can call that pitch the media arena or media pitch, so that it instills that kind of spirit. Maybe in our next outing, people will come up, because some of our institutions at times don't take the responsibility of coming up and advertising. So we use this platform to really identify ourselves with other people by bringing your branding materials. So we encourage the institutional heads on that day to bring all the branding materials, so that we can, one, on the other side of our function, make it a difference. And on the side of the institution, come up, let's make a difference for your institution on that day. Be seen on that day, because we don't know where you are unless you come up. Okay? Bring those items, bring the banners, the flyers, the teardrops, and all that talks about you. We shall also give a platform for all the institutional heads to say something about the institution, so that before they get back to that side, we believe that the people who will have come along with us will have taken a leaf of what you do wherever you do it as an institution. So we encourage you to come on that day, and then come up and then see how best you can do the advert. Which on the aspect of sport, we shall have the awards that will come later in our final gala. We are going to have it on a format of quarterly basis, because we realized that the area kind of arrangement that we had was kind of expensive, and it wouldn't accommodate most of the institutions because it affected their financial aspect in terms of budgeting. So we said, no, let us readdress or redesign the sports kind of arrangement and then design it in a format where we can have all the games in a gala on a quarterly basis, and that's the arrangement we're having for that day. So we shall be having two other outings before the end of the year. And these the points that you are awarded in one gala will be accrued till the final day of the final gala, and that is how we are going to do our things. Yeah, in terms of the format, say for football, it will be a 7-a-side format where we shall be having 6 male players and 1 lady. In case you find that a team doesn't have a lady on pitch, we shall have only 6 male players to play on the pitch. We encourage fair play on the pitch.